Hi all, welcome back to IXL Core. In this video, we are continuing with timesheet and leave. And on timesheet and leave, we are looking at settings. On settings, we proceed with our settings. Please watch the previous video where you will see the norms of leave, holidays, and an approval process. Here we have timesheet settings, which we're going to look at in this video. And a timesheet can be either set by a manual timesheet or timesheet by tasks, or we can have timesheet being uploaded by a CSV or Excel. However, applicable man is timesheet, and this will be applicable to all the staff in the institution. They'll be able to do manual timesheets, or this will be driven by tasks on the various projects. However, for us, we drive via manual timesheets where employee will have to clock in their times. Once that is set in terms of timesheet, we do have settings. Settings in themselves is how we configure our leave module, our attendance for all the staff. We can leave it none so that it can be for all the staff, or we can select all. We can allow them to edit check-in and check-out time. We can allow us to choose an older date. We can allow attendance by coordinates, allow attendance by route, or auto checkout when the staff has not logged out for a particular number of time, and we're able to set auto checkout. We can't send notification if staff has not checked in and yet they've logged into the system. We can send an email to a customer when staff is checking in at the staff location, or we can employ to create work points. Because if we do all these, whether by allowance attendance by routes, we need to set in our Google Map API key, and we also need to set in the beginning of the leave period, which is January, and this is an admin setup. So this is available because it's an admin that is setting it up, so we'll be able to set any of the requirements that we want. Looking at type of leave, we're able to set up all the types of leave from here. So we can say, for instance, annual leave. We can say this is AL or whatever character we want to put, and it will be displayed on the timesheet. So annual leave 2 or annual leave 1, and we can save that. So we can see that annual leave is already in existence, so we do not need to create. We will see this in our timesheets when we look at timesheets and the abbreviation of the leave. So unless we have a separate type of leave that we need to create specific for organization, then we can use this button. In terms of permission is how we set our staff to do, or what we set our staff in different cadres to do when we're looking at leave application. So we can say the role can be all employees, or so we don't have to have specific names. And then in attendance, can they view all the global? So they can only view the work routes, they can only view timesheet, additional work hours, they can view additional working hours, they can create additional working hours, they can view or they cannot view, we can give them timesheet settings, they can view. So different rights to have or different permissions for employees. So different, say staff in HR would have all these rights to view attendance, to view timesheets, for their timesheets and for the entire institution. And once you've done that, you're able to say IP allow listing. This will allow certain IPs. This allows IP login. So whenever we're doing login via IP, once somebody logs in from a specific IP location, the system would consider that staff has come through. So we can whitelist a specific IP address. This will be either in our different offices, and that IP, once a staff logs in and is in that IP area, is able to log in to the system. This resets all the data that you've set and creates a fresh set of data. So in reset data, we can reset the entire data. API integration, I won't open, but API integration helps us to integrate with other systems or other attendance modules, whether it's a check-in system, biometric system, or whatever system. we're able to use API integration. But remember, in Excel core, we have a module to ensure that employee can log in via face module. Employee can log in via logging through their computers. So we can have that. However, we can allow for external third parties to be able to log in through Excel core. This marks the end of our setting, and we proceed on our next video. We see how a staff can apply for leave. Thank you for watching.